Waiting for the moment to be live. Waiting for the moment to be live. And we are live,
Oh, we know.
sir. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, hello and welcome to That Beautiful Life podcast. This is episode 243 of That Beautiful Life podcast. My name is Kadis Campbell, sitting here in the beautiful Red United Kingdom, talking to the beautiful Roger Bergstrom, all the way in Stockholm, Sweden. I am slurring my words because I just actually woke up from a nap, people. A nap. If you look at my eyes, these are nap eyes. These are the eyes of a
Yeah.
bloke who did not get his midday nap and was like, let me see
Yeah.
if I can squeeze one in just before the
Yeah.
podcast.
When you see someone like that, look like that, it's either, yeah, as you said, you've taken a nap or you have been taking something. Yeah, it's either way, bro. But I know, no, yeah, exactly. Now I started to understand that you were most likely sleeping or something because you weren't there, you know. So yeah,
That's
there we
the
go.
thing for me is that like the one thing that wakes me up if I'm taking a nap is the phone ringing. Like whenever you call my phone, that even if I sleep through my alarm, whatever it is,
Yeah.
when my phone rings, it wakes me up. It's the weirdest thing. It's the one thing that can wake me up. The beast says alright.
Indeed, Nalu. Hi, by the way. That is true.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, but is it a special, I don't know what kind of sound. Is it a special signal or is it just very bright or,
My voice
compared to alarm?
my voicemail is voicemail sorry, but my ringtone is quite it's quite chaotic to an extent. It goes like tin 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 tin
Ah, okay.
tin.
That's
So
hard not to hear on a proper volume, at least.
yeah, it just keeps changing like as it goes
Oh,
along. It's like it's not like one single sort of like melody. It just goes up and down, and it's loud. So
yeah, but that's good because some of those melodies, especially if you're scrolling, for example, through your phone, some of them are quite sweet, and it's more like, oh, if I'm already cozy here sleeping, then I'm just gonna continue,
just
you know.
continue.
It's good if it's something that really kicks in, if it's
Yeah,
gonna work. Yeah.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Uh, but
But
besides that, bro, I mean, here we are. It's like a week-ish
mm-hmm.
before Christmas, if you guys are celebrating. But um, it's green outside. We don't have a flake of snow at the moment, and I guess it might be the same where you live, or
Yeah, it's just mostly rain here. It's mostly
yeah.
been rain,
Yeah,
really
it's
and
been
truly.
raining here today too. That
Yeah,
is true.
that's mostly what it's like. It's more like the rain that we've had for the day has been a bit of like what's the word for it? Sort of, in Trinidad, I guess you call it a drizzle. It's just like small droplets, very fine.
Ah, that
Um,
one. Okay.
yeah, kind of like a mist, not a very a lot of rain per se.
Yeah.
But it's been consistently going on throughout the days. So like tomorrow we're gonna
It's
have
also
some
almost
more.
more or less the same as we've had here. It was a bit of rain before noon, but after like afternoon, it was exactly what you described.
Hmm.
Like, but I watched the app that I'm using, and I was like, okay, it's gonna stop doing that around 4:30 or 5 p.m. So I'm gonna wait until taking that walk that I try to do every day. So, no
Mm-hmm.
walk after lunch today. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Yeah.
Mm.
I
That's it.
also be saying R. Yeah, it can sound like an anime intro for sure. That is true. Very cute and like that. Mm.
mm.
Now, Lou, what's up here? That could be worse. My old favorite alarm ring was the nuclear alarm.
I don't even know what a nuclear
Yeah.
alarm is. It's like a
How does that
siren or
sound?
something.
Is that like or something like that?
I'm
Or
kind of
how does
imagining that sounds like a siren or something like.
yeah,
That's what
maybe
I'm.
like that.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh
A
yeah,
nuclear
yeah,
alarm
yeah.
is. That's the way I pictured anyway. Yeah.
Question to you guys, especially you, Q, but the rest of you as well. And again, very much welcome to the podcast. There's a tradition here in Sweden, like every Monday at 3 p.m., they
Hmm?
test the alarm,
Really?
country-wise, like the whole country. Yes. So it's like, short bursts of alarm,
Hmm?
and then there's like a long tone at the end, like the fourth or whatever, that goes on for like a freaking 30 seconds or something.
Wow.
That's Yeah, it's every. I think it's every Monday, or is it? No, no, wait, stop. I'm joking. It's it's every Monday at the beginning of each month. That's how it
Oh,
is.
so first
Yeah,
Monday of each month. Wow.
yeah. That's how they do it. You know, to keep the rust out of the system, the system, so to say. Yeah. Okay. Look up Modern Warfare 2 Nuclear. Okay, then I know. Okay, there we go. We're gonna check that later.
Hmm.
Now we're not as far as I know me saying but I'm gonna be honest with you, it is different times. First off, Sweden, as you may know, is now within NATO, and also the last couple of, I would say this year, they have sent out a brochure like digital wise, but also in paper form, that is called "If the War is Coming." I'm not kidding you. If the war is coming, and they give advice for civilians, in case something like that would happen.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to. So it's like, yeah. Now I don't know if there's a threat from Russia. If there's going to be a threat from Russia, I think that's going to happen if, for some reason, NATO or the Americans would like build anything of importance here, like ramps or something for rockets. I don't know,
Hmm.
missiles, but I think that's not going to happen. But we'll see. We'll see. We're fairly new into the NATO game if we're going to talk politics for a second or two. So we
Hmm.
just have to wait and see. Oh man, yeah, it's the world that surrounds us right now.
It's quite chaotic. Actually, to be honest,
It's
me and
quite chaotic.
we were
Yes.
actually discussing stuff like that today. Actually, tonight we were having a conversation about the potential of like if something, if a nuke was to drop here in the UK, like because apparently Russia released some sort of news
Yeah.
in Russian about like where they would hit, and
Mm.
obviously the UK is on their list. If they were to have a conflict, the US or the UK are one of their targets. They listed a few other countries and locations and stuff like that, and yeah, the UK was hit. Then that's it. We're within range, from where we are in the country where we live. We're within the range of being harmed if it was like one of the a nuke was dropped on, let's say, for example, like London or something.
Mm.
That's it. You know.
Yeah. It's horrible to think about it, but it's, of course, you're right. It's like, what do you say? According to that, or related to that, I would say your missus says we were checking out a Russian media where
Hmm.
they showed they shoved with European countries Russia would send nukes to, or showed. Sorry, shoved. That's a different thing. Showed. Okay, got it. Yeah. Oh well, yeah. Let's. Oh no, let's drop this. It's horrible. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. It,
But
it
yeah, but it is interesting. It is, as we said before, it's a kind of situation in many places in the world that is a bit chaotic, and conflicts and weapon conflicts, wars going on.
it's
So
concerning, really, living in this day and
yes.
age, and just
Mm.
you just think, man, like, can't we just get along, man? Human beings, man,
Yeah,
seriously,
yeah,
can't we just get along? Can't we just like each other enough? We don't even have to
yeah,
love each other. We just like each other just enough to not want to just like end each other.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just live and let live.
Mm.
Bobbity bloops, that kind of stuff. Instead of just being
Yeah.
like, oh my god, I can't stand that person so much. So much, we need to wipe them out.
Exactly, and always suspicious, and thinking that someone is threatening you, and you have to threat back, and and more power and more land and more everything. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's like, that's why I've been saying, apparently the humans react like that to a certain extent. The history has showed it over and over again. So maybe we need like a threat from the outside. That's why I'm saying, please, aliens, could you reveal yourself so we could start to
Yo,
have a conflict with you instead?
I'm so keen on that. I would love to just, honestly, I would love to just be a fly on the wall for like aliens to
Yeah,
just like just come out and be like, and the aliens just like broadcast their conversation. You're like, look at how stupid these humans are. Oh, they're
yeah, yeah,
fighting. They've been fighting each other for this long about this dumb thing because some humans look different from another human in complexion, and oh, they live on this side of the planet and that they live on that side. Idiots. Like, I could just imagine like an alien conversation. It's like wap wap beep boop, alien, alien, alien. Yes, yes, my family, whoop whoop. These humans so idiots, aren't they? Yes, they are. Whoop whoop. Yes, idiots. Like, can't they just see that they're just all like sheep to us? It's like I like the logic of humans.
Most likely.
The logic of humans having issue with other humans for these ridiculous. It's like someone saying to me, "Oh man, I can't like you go to KFC and you're like, where's this chicken from? It's chicken. Yeah, but what color was the chicken? It's chicken. Was it brown chicken or was it a yellow chicken or no, it's chicken. I can't eat this chicken. This is a brown chicken, and I don't like brown chicken. It tastes just like chicken, I see no difference in it. It's you like today I was talking to my missus and she was telling me, she wanted to get potatoes and she was like, I only like the Polish potatoes because the Polish potatoes taste differently from the English potatoes. I was like, honestly, I can't taste the difference. They just taste like potatoes to me. I honestly cannot. She's like, you just don't know, Q. You just don't know. And I'm like, well, I guess I don't know because they just taste like potatoes to me. I don't know what the difference is between, like English and Polish potatoes. They're just potatoes to me, what I see is, are they mashed potatoes? Are they fried potatoes? Are they baked potatoes? You give me it with beans? You give me this potatoes with butter in it? That's why I see the difference in my potatoes. But if you ask me, like, the difference I can taste in potatoes, if it's sweet potatoes and like regular based potatoes, yeah, I can taste the difference. But for most potatoes that are like the regular potatoes that, in Trinidad we call them Irish potatoes, I can't taste the difference where it comes from. You could get those potatoes from England, you could get it from Trinidad, you could get it from Poland. And keeping in mind, I have had the Polish potatoes and I've had the English ones and I've had the Trini ones. Taste the same to me. I love potatoes. They all taste the same.
Yeah, it's more different forms of potatoes, like or sorts. I would say different sorts, because they taste different, of course. But if they come from another country, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. Yeah. At the same time, Mrs. said, "You know nothing, Jon Snow."
Well, I guess I don't know anything, and that's why the aliens are gonna look at me and be like, "This guy makes sense." Look at these dumb humans don't know anything. Like the potatoes are like. They're gonna be like, look at them. They're all the same humans all over this planet. They're not gonna be like, well, we don't like these particular humans, but we like these. No, you're all humans, mate. You're all humans. I've never seen a butcher say,
shut up and get in line. Yeah.
Just shut up and get in line. I've never seen a butcher say, oh, you know what? I only like these particular cows and I don't like those particular cows. No. I've never seen like dogs, like during mating season, a dog is like, that dog is too tall and furry, and he's brown and I don't like him, or he's a black dog and I'm like, nah, dog's in heat, man. That dog is like, look, I'm humping anything that moves. You're a dog? Ruff. I'm in, right?
Exactly.
Humans
prepare yourself, embrace yourself. Exactly.
Humans confuse the hell out of me because I look across the animal kingdom and you look at like literally almost everything else out there, and literally almost everything out there is just like, I don't care what you're the same species as me and that's all I care about. We're both sheep, great, sheep love. We're both dogs, dog love. We're both cats, cat love. There's barely any. I cannot think of. Maybe there are some other animals out there that think like humans do, but I can't think of any. I watch a lot of documentaries about animals, and I can't think of any other animal in the animal kingdom that just is like fixated on where that particular animal comes from or where that particular animal.
It comes down to other things.
It comes down to other factors. Either it's territory. Maybe it's like, I don't like you because
they're protecting their territory, their families.
Exactly.
Depending on what animals you're talking about, but. If you're getting up there when it comes to the more intelligent species to a certain extent, that's what they do. And it's a kind of a primal thing, to be honest. And I mean, we have the same thing. It's just the problem is that we are, according to science, then more intelligent, if you will. So we put a lot of other things in there that just confuses everyone. It just makes it worse and start to put things in your head that says that you are better than someone else and things like that. And that's when the problem starts, right? So
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. That is
And as you say
definitely
now, though, cows they fart. They do. I know. I've been living close to cows. I know how that smells. And as said, my wife's like my step parents, they were farmers, so they are, you know, they're not doing that anymore. But my nephew, my wife's brother, he has taken over, and it still smells. So I know.
I
But also, when it comes to the whole alien thing, and that's almost like something you mentioned that is for the film section, Alu, but
Mhm.
Mars Attacks, good one, very funny. If
Yep.
you haven't watched Mars Attacks, do that.
I haven't watched it. I'm gonna have to Google this now.
Yeah, you most likely have seen it, haven't you?
Probably,
I would
but I don't
I
know.
would be surprised if
Oh,
you
I've seen
haven't.
this. I've seen this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's with Jack Nicholson and Danny DeVito and Jack Black and Glenn
Mm-hmm.
Close, and it's a lot of famous actors and. Mm.
Yeah, man.
The good
Yeah.
stuff. But
If I,
besides all this, the cows are farting and whatnot. How
mm-hmm.
how has your week been now when we're, as said, close to or less than a week from Christmas?
It's been a week. It's been a week. For anyone who's come in here wondering about Helldivers 2, which is the title of this episode, just wait a bit
Yeah.
longer. Roger's gonna explain it. I'm waiting just as much as you guys. So just take a chill pill, relax. Wait, we'll get to that in a sec. Anyway, that being
Yeah.
said, my week has been a week. It has been, a bit up and down, as most weeks tend to be. I don't think there's any week that isn't up and down for me these days. I think it's just a week. I've had some days, where we've been out. Like I think like today, me and the missus went out and we had coffee in tongue, and we got some lunch, and this is sort of like a food, a bunch of food trucks and stuff pull up in town like on a Wednesday and a Friday. We had some food
Aha.
there, from a Jamaican spot, and from a Thai place that we get food from there
Oh.
as well. And then after that, I went to my brother's house to help him, load something up into his car. We had to package some stuff, a massive container to get to load up in his car. So generally my day was, I was out of the house for the entire day, and I caught a bus back home, and I was sleeping on the bus. I was so tired, because usually if I've had a long night, I get a power nap in the middle of the day, so I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
but
Exactly.
today was not that. I was on the bus, and this was me.
Yeah. Exactly. Over and out, so to say.
But eventually I made it home, and then yeah, I got home, and I was about to take a nap, and then my missus needed me for something, so I went and I did my misterly duties, and made sure she was alright and everything like that. And by the time I was about to take a nap, I was like, damn it, I've barely got a minute. Let me just see if I could take a nap in here. Yeah, man, I could probably get maybe like at least 10-20 minutes in. Yeah, no. So just keep in mind, I like you see me, and I look like I'm okay, I'm awake and all that kind of stuff. The way I see you, and
Yeah.
when I say you, I mean you, Rog, and the people listening to the podcast, the viewers. I see you guys as blurry sheep just jumping over fences as I count you, as I slowly but surely count the time down towards the end of the podcast, and then go back to sleep on that little side of the sofa that I fell asleep on just a moment ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah. Sounds like you need to recover some,
Yeah,
get
yeah.
some sleep back. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been a week. It's not been
Mm.
too. I can't think of anything memorable that I really want to get into for this past week. I just think
No, but what you
it's good.
described today sounds nice. You know, the small things can also be good, as you did. You went, and like had some food at a food truck, and talk and just be together a bit. That's good.
Mhm.
That's also important. Quality time.
Quality time is always
It's
is
it's
always pretty good.
yeah, but it's hard to get in there, especially when you have a family.
Yes.
It's always something with the smaller ones. So
My missus has been constantly asking me to take her out. So somehow I
yeah.
accidentally carried her out today, and You know, I got to
It
see my.
happened, yeah.
It happened. I slipped. I fell. I landed up in a shop sitting down drinking coffee with her. But then,
You see?
I saw my nephew today as well. I got to hold him. He was really nice. He just laid there in my
Oh,
arms. You
yeah,
know, it
right.
was quite sweet. You know, chatted a bit with my sister-in-law. Just, you know, me and my brother having, you know, long conversations about different things. And yeah, just generally, just most of the week has just been, you know, conversations and chilling with each other. And yeah. Oh, so I set up the Christmas tree as well. So that looks beautiful. You can't see this to the left of me in the living room. So that's all
Nice.
set up.
Yeah.
I did one cool thing. I did set up a electric scooter for my missus with a seat on it. So you know,
Ah, okay.
when she wants to get around and all that kind of stuff, it's so comfy. It's really nice,
Mm.
quite quick and everything like that. So it was nice just being able to do that for her and you know, that kind of thing. But
Oh, that's
yeah,
good.
pretty cool, pretty cool. We went out today and came back home and yeah, I look forward to again for nappy time. You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna that and I'm also super tasty. There's this thing I really want to drink right now. It's in my fridge. It's called kefir or something like that.
Uh-huh.
It's not kefir. It's K something. And quite frankly, there's a side of me that just wants to say like, Raj, how was your week? And then run out the room, grab it, and then come back here because it's in the fridge and I'm tasty as hell.
Yeah, but
Um,
you can go and grab it. I mean, why not? If you, yeah, I can start talking and you can do that. If you need to drink, you need to drink. Do it. Go. Three,
I'm not gonna
two,
look a gift
one,
horse in the
go.
face. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, of course. I told you. I told you. Oh, now it's gone. Now we can talk. Okay, here we go. Now he can hear me. So yeah, I can race now with old people in mobility scooters. Oh, that's cool. Like, yeah, give it a go. Like 3, 2, 1, a race down the street. Yeah, car me. Okay, there we go. Yeah, what about my week then? Well, I think Q can hear me, so gonna talk as if he was here as well. It's been a good week. I mean, we are getting closer to Christmas. I think I mentioned that me and my family are going down to the south part of Sweden, where my wife's parents live, and that's gonna happen on. I have to think now. Was Monday? Yeah, the day before Christmas Eve, since we celebrate on the 24th. So the 23rd. On Saturday, I'm gonna pick up my mom at the airport. She's coming down. She's gonna then the day after go to my sister, lives like a city 2 hours ride from Stockholm, and she comes back later. So we're gonna celebrate New Year's Eve together with her. But I have been working. I've just been trying to be as productive as I ever could, and it's been going pretty okay. I've sold some more music. That's great to see some more tracks. I actually joined a group on Facebook when it comes to my music making because I am very much a lone wolf with what I'm doing. So it's sometimes good to get some feedback and also talk with others that are doing the same, and especially others that are or have like even more experience. And I did. And it turned out that the group, after I presented myself, I had a question when it comes to service that I'm thinking about, a kind of a subscription where you are able to organize your tracks and you can also have them in certain playlists. So if you are, which I will do in the new year, I will start to reach out to some exclusive libraries with parts of my music that aren't licensed yet. So I asked them, is this a good one? Can you give me advice? And to be honest, Q, I'm really happy that people, still in this world of chaos can actually reach out and help out each other because I got so many answers. Like, I was like, okay, it just start popping in this Facebook group. And they were really, really nice. And, I replied, I said thank you. And I got exactly what I wanted, some good advice regarding that.
Mhm.
Actually, the guy that this is a guy. He's very well known in the music industry. He's sort of formed a group. He has been writing a book that I bought. It's like an ebook when it comes to getting to know more about the business, so to say.
Mhm.
And he also replied there, which was really nice. So
Mhm.
so nice to see that people can do such things. As said, I live so isolated when it comes to my days of work. So,
Mhm.
but again, it's been good. I am on schedule, so to say, since I want to drop things when I get onto Saturday. I want to gonna pick up my mom at the airport. So I've also been doing what I do when it comes to videos and everything. So I'm quite content. I feel like yes, I can soon relax a bit and kick up my feet and watch a movie and drink some glögg, which we do here in Sweden, which is, yeah, we'll see about that. But yeah, yeah, Naldo, you have a question. Yeah, what are your thoughts on songs which have a story behind it, like Holy Diver by the... Oh, you're mentioning a really good classic. Uh, well, my spontaneous answer is I like it. I like it, even though I am, as you know, I'm like an instrumentalist, meaning I think mostly when I hear music, and it really doesn't matter what kind of style of music, but apparently if it's music with vocals, as it is in this case, that's not the first thing I listen to. Of course, I start to listen to to the drums, but also the overall arrangement and how the band or the artist sounds. For me, music is a lot of like sound combined. And if it's pleasing and if it's good and if it appeals to me, then I like it. And just then, I start to pay more time to what people are actually singing about. It might sound a bit weird, but that's just my thing, since I am so driven, like as a playing musician, if that makes sense. But I mean, Dio was one of a kind. He's still all, I would say, almost unbeatable when it comes to being a hard rock singer. Absolutely amazing. And Hold the Diver is a great song. Which reminds me, I gotta start to practice a bit after the New Year's Eve and everything. We decided we're gonna play one or two covers as well in our band. We had a rehearsal Sunday, by the way. Not the keyboard player; he was ill. He had the flu. But a little something before we need to take this break since we're going away for Christmas and everything. But we're gonna play "Burn" by Deep Purple. Great song, great song. And I will have a lot to do because Ian Pace, the old man now, I think he's 72 or 74 years old. They've been around, but still plays really, really good. So I will have quite some to do in that song as well as a drummer. What do you say, Miss Einar? You never know who you will meet in a Facebook group. True, true. I didn't know either. I knew, of course, about this group. I mean, it's about people or composers making music for music libraries. So it was very clear when it comes to the objectives, so to speak. But who knows? Maybe they don't have the time. Maybe they don't give a shit, you know. But apparently, so far, they've done that. I don't know. It depends on sometimes what questions you ask. Some guys don't want to, how do you say, reveal too much when it comes to certain tricks of the trade, if that makes sense. We'll see when I start to dig a bit deeper. Yeah, it can be a treasure chest of information. I totally agree with you. I'm gonna definitely stick with this one. Maybe join one or two other kind of forums for the future. It's also good for my kind of mental health, if that makes sense, to socialize a bit with other of the same kind, if you will. So with that said, yeah, it's been a good week. Although the weather has been quite bad overall, as you said, also Q. It's been rain a bit here. It's coming a bit of snow, but it's just melted away because it's like plus degrees or close to zero. Not so nice, to be honest. If we're gonna be, yeah, treasure is in the eye of the beholder. True, but one man's trash is another man's treasure. Yeah, that actually that's a good saying because that can definitely be the case. I've kind of experienced that also in my life. Good saying. But with that said, my friend Q, how does it taste, by the way? Is it good? What you're drinking there? Can you
Yeah,
just show
yeah.
me so I can see?
So this is the bottle,
Yeah,
Kami, right?
Carmi. Is it beer? No,
It's like I think the best thing the,
ginger
the
ale.
best thing
No.
I can compare this to, if you've ever had a what is it again? It's sort of like a Irish thing.
Is it a ale?
No, I wouldn't
No.
say no. It's got no alcohol in it. It's this
Aha,
this
okay.
this is sort of like frack. What's that thing called? Guinness. It's like Guinness but not alcoholic. Like
Ah,
an
okay. Yeah,
on-alcoholic
yeah, yeah.
Guinness, basically, or
Okay.
kind of like a malt,
Mm-hmm.
but different at the same time. So I've got it here. I poured it into this. So I've got this
Did,
this this cup I got like years ago.
yeah.
I poured it
Cool
into,
cup. Yeah.
but the cup smells weird. It smells almost like eggs. So I'm
Oh,
assuming someone.
interesting.
I'm assuming someone, quite possibly my older son, washed it incorrectly, and it smells weird. So luckily I've got my mighty mug next to my desk, so I sort of poured it into this now, and it smells fine in here, so I can drink it again. So
Good.
mm.
Okay. No, but
So
I think I understand what you mean regarding your description there. However, you said Irish. Is that the case?
yeah, but this is Polish though. So it smells
Ah, okay.
it's similar to the Irish sort of like Guinness sort of thing, but this is Polish. So this
Yeah, I got you there, saying. I was also like, Guinness, really?
it is like Guinness. I think it does taste similar to Guinness because I think they all use the same sort of like hops or
Yeah,
barley
because
or
it's
coffee or
dark.
something like
Is
it's
it like,
dark.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's got a similar sort of like similar. It's not the same. I'm not saying it's exactly the same, but it's
No,
got
no.
a similar taste sort of to it.
Yeah.
Because like when I had it the other day for the first time I think, or at least the first time I remember having it in recent times, we were having Guinness at the same time while having it, and you could taste the similarities
Mm.
between the two. But I do like this. I do like this one a tad bit more than I like Guinness. So yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
and it's not alcoholic, so it's nice and easy to just drink without having to worry about alcohol.
But it's true. Yeah, I remember we were on Ireland once with Cremata, and I played concerts there. And at that point of time, it was, I don't remember when that was, maybe 2012. Doesn't matter. I had I mean, I had been drinking Guinness before, but that Guinness that I got over there, like the home country more or less of Guinness, it
Different.
felt that was different, and it was really good. But also, man, if you drink just one, it feels like you have been eating a whole piece of bread. It's like, okay, I don't think I need to eat, It's
Guinness has done everything.
yeah.
It's your life, your bread and butter, your everything. Love it.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
it's
love
quite
it.
neat actually.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that was my week. So all in all, I'm on my timeline. I feel good about it. I'm pretty happy about how it's been so far, and also looking forward to have a bit of time off. As said, it's gonna be nice to go down also and meet Annalie's parents, my wife's parents. Haven't seen them, well, when was that? Long time ago. For us nowadays, it's sometimes a year or a year and a half in between when we meet our parents.
Mm-hmm.
Annelie went down and met her parents, which I think was good. That was in like August something, when she
Mm-hmm.
still had a bit of vacation, late July or beginning of August. And as you know, I also went up north a couple of weeks, or actually almost now 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Time goes so fast now, to meet my mom, which is nice. But she's coming down, so I'm looking forward to that too, and everything. Yeah.
When you see your parents, do you regress to like a kid again? Like, cause I know like when I'm with my mom, to her, I'm always her son. Like, and when I say always her son, like I'm the kid. And so as even though I'm an adult, and she knows that I'm an adult, and she knows I have my family and all my responsibilities and blah blah blah. There's a side of her when it comes to certain things where she still speaks to me as if I'm a child and tells me, "Oh no, you got to do this thing, and no, you're doing that wrong." And it's not so forth.
No, but I understand what you mean, and to a certain extent, it is like that also for me when I meet my mother. I mean, I understand now when you also have children yourself, you kind of understand why it is like that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, now I have two sons, as you know, they're
Mm-hmm.
they're they're adults. But they are my sons, and sometimes I like when I have said something, I'm like, wait. I think he knows that. I mean, he's like 20, 27, talking about my oldest son, taking care of himself, has his own
Mhm,
apartment, has a great job, blah, blah, blah.
mhm,
I don't, yeah, but yeah, that's never going to change. And I think it's the
mm,
same for my 80-plus-year-old mom. I mean, I'm her son, it's
yeah.
like that. And she sometimes, yeah, you should be more careful. You shouldn't do like that. It's going to be big, you can, because, especially also this year has been a bit hard. I've told you I got my injury in March,
Mhm,
and it's still around. I mean, I'm still not, I haven't healed completely, and
mm,
it bothers me from time to time, sometimes on a daily basis. So it's like, yeah, you got to think of that. You got to be careful. Don't work out too hard now. Yeah,
My mom is
it's
the
like,
same way.
yeah, 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 yeah. But there you go. You see, It's of course it is because it will never change. We
Yeah.
are their sons, and they care and they love us, and we love them back. At least we try. So no, just kidding. Of course we do. So it's that, but it's an interesting thing. I know. So do I change? I felt when I was up there again, meeting my mom. Like even though it's not where I grew up. I mean,
Hmm.
my dad and my mom sold the house
Hmm.
quite a few years ago, and definitely quite a few years ago before my dad passed
Hmm.
away, which was really good that they did. Otherwise, it would have been a hassle. So they have, or she has the apartment,
Hmm.
more convenient. But even so, there's memories. I see some things, some photographs, some paintings that my mom has done. And I see certain things like that I remember from, when I was a kid. And that puts you in a certain state of mind to you start to feel that, yeah, I remember this, and it awakens some memories, and
Hmm.
feelings, I guess.
Hmm.
Most of them, of course, are just pleasant and positive.
I think so
So
too. I think the thing is, as like we all have, positive and negative memories, but I think
yeah,
when
yeah,
we
it is.
when we get the more time passes, I think what you do remember are the positive memories. I think you barely remember the negative things, the things that happened in the past. Those things usually sort of fade away, and you do remember nostalgically the good things and all that kind of stuff. And I think like for me, the most recent sort of experience I had where I sort of like became the kid again with my mom, to a certain extent I should say, is that, like, it was on my birthday. She called me to wish me happy birthday, and my mom, I'm getting on my birthday, I'm getting Ty ready for school. So I'm getting him ready for school, and she's called me to wish me happy birthday in the morning, and she's on the phone, and she's trying to tell, lecture me and tell me about how, it's the day you were born, and you have to do these sort of things, and be thankful for this. And I was like, mom, I love you, but I'm trying to get Ty ready for school right now. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have
yeah,
to
yeah.
talk to you later. I love you.
Reality is around the
Yeah.
corner.
But at the same time, she's like, yes, but listen to me. I've got to say this, and I'm like,
Yep,
yes, yep, yep, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I gotta go though. I gotta go. I gotta go.
yep.
I'll talk to you later. I love you. I don't think we've spoken yet since. I think
Yeah.
since my birthday, I think we've had like maybe brief moments of like, maybe my sister's in a call with her, and I'm like, oh hi mom, how you doing? Bye mom.
Yeah.
Passing through the room. But yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting, and I think we also learned through the years. You just gotta let them give. Well, if you're in a hurry, you're in a hurry. But otherwise, you just gotta give that space,
Mm-hmm.
so they get the time to say those things, and then okay, now we can move on.
Now we can
So
move
so
on.
it's
Yeah.
done, so to say. Yeah, then it's all good most of the time, and you can just do something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That's
it's
it.
uh, it's interesting. But yeah, that's parental stuff, and still having a parent around. But again, I mean, it's different. We have talked about this before. Not
Mm.
everyone has, because we're not going to go too deep into that. But childhood can be very different.
Mm.
I'm happy because I had a good childhood. I still have a good relationship with my sister, and of course my mom that is still alive. But I know and I do understand that not everyone has that, and that
Mm-hmm.
we have also to acknowledge.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
not just easy, it's not just pleasant. It's just not something you want to talk about, if that makes sense. So
Mm-hmm.
I totally get that. Mm.
Mm. Yeah. Now this is something
Yeah.
about the Spider Verse cancelled. Don't know about that. I guess.
I see. Nala, what do you say? Movie info. Sony cancels Spider-Verse on their end, but keeps Spider-Man MCU going, and Craven is doing garbage box office numbers in the USA.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. Well, with that said, we could get into or wait, what? Should we talk gaming first?
I say we go.
Or
I say we go into gaming. I think
yeah.
especially that the title is
Mm,
is Helldivers. I kind of want to know
sure.
about this new update that you mentioned actually. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I think we go with
Mm,
that.
yeah. I mean, we're getting close to like the end of 2024. And one of those games that has been out there for quite some time now is Helldivers 2 by Arrowhead, this Swedish studio. I'm proud to say that. It has been doing well, and some shooter or FPS enthusiasts are saying, "Well, this is the game of the year when it comes to shooter games." Yoo-hoo! And
Mm,
maybe it is. I haven't really decided. I said I really like to play quite a few games, but also like Space Marine 2 was big for me.
mm,
And also, I have to say that, earlier, the game, if you can take one negative side first, and I've said this already, the Helldivers 2 has had problems also performance-wise, and it's mainly due to the graphics engine. It's not really playing that great, and that that has to be said. But the content, the co-op experience, the social experience, playing it with friends, and the player value overall with this game
mhm,
is high. They have delivered, and they have like been able to come back also from some backlashes that we talked about before regarding this game. Not getting into that now, but it has to do with Sony and stuff, and things like that. But now they did an update. I think it was on the 17th of December.
mhm,
They first off, as it usually is, it's a lot of patches regarding technical stuff, patches, and to just make the gameplay even better.
mhm,
But the most important thing for me was to check out the new faction that they added.
mhm,
As you know, with Helldivers 2, it's a co-op shooter game, and you leave orbit going straight down to this planet that you have chosen to interact with, or the faction that you want to meet, and that depends on, because it's like an ongoing thing all the time, and sometimes you defeat this faction for a while and they disappear, and the other one comes around, and then you can't play the missions that were active like 24 hours ago, and you're like, oh shit, okay, I play this instead, and then yeah, it might come back in rotation. So that's a bit easily explained how the game partly works. But I was lucky yesterday streaming together with my youngest son, Crazy, meaning Isaac. So we it was there. So I got to play it for the first time. It's the Helldivers 2 Illuminate faction.
mhm,
It's like psychic aliens and robots,
mhm,
along with hordes of mind control humans. I would say almost zombies. It definitely looks and feels like zombies. So
mhm,
you have these like psychic aliens, you have these robots that can be quite a hassle sometimes. And especially those of you that have played Helldivers know it can be a very chaotic game.
mhm,
Because if you're playing on a hard difficulty as well, and you start to get like all these hordes coming at you at the same time, you try to do an objective at a certain point,
mhm,
it can get really crazy, but a lot of fun also. So the whole setting, the because it has to be said, even though I said that the graphics engine is a bit of a hinder to a certain extent when it comes to the performance.
mhm,
Now of course I can play it on like high settings, and I get good frames even if the game can play a trick or two due to my new build, like my
mhm,
new PC, which I'm happy about. Uh, but it looks good. That I have to say, visual wise, like the explosions, the chaos when you're playing, and Rate, which is my moderator on my Discord, also joined. He was actually ill, but he got so hyped he wanted to play, so he came in. That's really nice. How do you feel? Ray? I have the flu. Yeah, I can hear that, but okay,
I
let
will
him play.
die first before I not let
Exactly.
myself play this. Let's do this.
For liberty. Yeah, that's one of the sayings in Helldivers 2. Okay, so and this tyranny. Yeah, but big thumb up. I am all in for this, and I'm gonna definitely. Actually, just before the stream, my oldest son Adam, that was away. He was in Vienna at the end of last week. I
Ooh
think I
la
told
la.
you they
Yeah, we
were
spoke.
visiting their publisher THQ Nordic,
Mm,
doing a presentation when it comes to their new game and everything. Can't say more, but they had good time there, and he came back, and now he has been working so much overtime, so he could take the rest of the week off.
ooh.
So he worked Monday, and now Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, he can be off. So he was like, "Oh, you guys want to play Helldivers too?" And I was like, "Well, no, I'm gonna record a podcast. Sorry, bro, I can't play."
Sorry,
Because
Adam.
yeah, sorry, Adam, that happened. Gaming is great, but sometimes other things has to be dealt with. But yeah, so he likes it too. I think it's one of those games that he's also coming back to once in a while. And now when I've played it again and also tried this new update and the new playing against this new faction, this is a this is a big improvement also further more when it comes to the game as a whole. So there you go. Helldivers 2. Great co-op game, great fun. If you like that kind of PvE action, then it is actually a good buy, I
Mm,
think.
I think that's good. I think you know the thing as well. Like me and my brothers, we've been discussing about games that we can play multiplayer with. Because we mainly play eFootball, but after a while, having one formula where the developers haven't really done much to sort of like change the formula of eFootball. I think to a certain extent it's becoming stale to us now, where we're
Yeah.
Konami hasn't really done anything or put anything new in the game to the point where we're actually excited to continue playing. And I think it's just got to a point where pretty much most of us just like, you know, like we're there, we log in
Yeah.
and log back out, but there's not really any sort of like intrigue to sort of like play as much. And so we started looking at different games, and I think like with my bros, they picked up WWE 2K20.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good game.
They
Yeah.
did. So they picked that. I think it was 2K24, and
Mhm.
that's their game that they're planning to get into. The one thing I will say though is that so you remember how I canceled my Game Pass because I'm not really
Yes.
using half of it. It's
Yeah.
one of those things where you start like thinking to yourself like, man, I kind of wish everyone had a PC instead of like a console at this point in time because like
Yes.
I don't have Game Pass anymore. But then I realized we can't play multiplayer games unless it's free to play without Game Pass. I will
True.
have to pay for a service that I'm probably not going to use just to be able to play multiplayer with my brothers.
Yeah.
And the lowest like version of Game Pass I can pay for is like £6. And
Yeah.
when I think I'm
Yeah.
paying £6 a month just to play multiplayer with them, I'm just like, wow. Especially when I look on PC and it just works.
Yeah,
So
true. I know what you mean. I totally understand that. I've been a bit in the same situation myself,
mhm.
where I've chosen to activate my Xbox Game Pass just in order to play a certain game with a certain dude or something. So it is a thing. Talking about games also, and also especially my oldest son, the game developer, the agent. He sent a link to me when it comes to an upcoming football game. You might know about this, and I'm sending it to you now. I think this looks
Or
quite
rematch.
interesting.
Yeah, I saw that. It looks interesting. It looks like Rocket League meets
Yeah. Yes, you said it.
it's like Rocket League meets like actual like a football game
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, exactly. Futsal, like you're a bit,
Yeah, yeah. It's smaller teams and it's very bombastic. I honestly like looking at how the cameras work. It looks so much like Rocket League. You're
Yeah, of
behind the
course it
player.
does. That was the first thing I thought of. It's interesting that you said the same, but I'm not surprised.
Hmm.
Mm.
But
Cool. Well,
I think right now when it comes to football games as well, there's so many of them coming out right now. You have
true.
UFL that just came out, eFootball that exists already. You have FC25, which also has a demo mode now that you can download on consoles. I'm not sure if it's on PC as well, but they call it some highlights or exhibition or some kind of like that, where you can play
Okay.
like kick off with a few teams and you can jump into a few modes and stuff like that. That's like built in, which is kind of cool that if you are into FC and you want to try that out, and then you have I think there's one coming out called is it Goal or something they call it or whatever have you. I know you've got
Okay.
Rematch. There's quite a few coming out, which is again for a fan of football games, it is great for
It is.
for sports games in that ilk because
Yes.
for so long it's just been FC or FIFA
Mm.
and Pro Evolution Soccer, and now we're finally having so many more options. And I think
Yeah.
as gamers in that space, I think it's nice to have options because again, it one
It is.
forces
Yeah.
those guys who already exist in the space to do better because now they
Yeah.
have actual competition for people who like football games. That are going to be competing with them.
Yep.
Like with FC having UFL sitting on their doorstep saying like, "Hey, come play UFL. We'll give you everything like what FIFA gives you, but for free."
Yep.
um,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
with none of the shenanigans and stuff. And I think UFL is probably eating FC's lunch right now, and hence the reason why FC has decided, EA has decided, let's give away a little few modes for free and hope people will come back to us. And at the same time, I think with Konami and eFootball, I think they're sitting there just. I see there been like some people have said there's a leaked mode in eFootball that's supposed to be similar to this rematch. That's a tree sort
Right,
of like
right.
futsal style mode where you have like special goals and tricks and all that kind of stuff. So I think that sort of aspect of having competition, real competition, forces these other developers to innovate and to try new things and so forth. And I hope we keep that competition and we keep
Yes.
innovating and improving. So because
It's super important
it
because I
is.
can I can feel in there because
Mm-hmm,
as you say, when you start to talk about these titles in the world of football games and everything, hopefully this game also rematch. I mean, it has a bit of a twist when it comes to the actual gameplay. Maybe that can have a space as well in the world of football games. We'll
mm-hmm,
see. But what I was thinking of when you talk about this is the problem that I am experiencing right now when it comes to or it has been like that for a long time. For example, in the FPS and shooter genre, that where I'm kind of the space where I
mm-hmm.
am that the most. I'm thinking mainly, of course, about Activision, Call of Duty, for example. It's kind of interesting, and I am actually smiling when I'm saying it because Warzone is actually going quite bad,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, yes, look at that now. Crappy servers and problems with the game overall. Cheaters, Ricochet not
Mm-hmm.
keeping up to kick the amount of cheaters that are in there, and so on and so on. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully they start to see now that people don't take well, it's been a lot of that through the years that people play it even so, but now it has actually been quite a drop, and hopefully that puts some more pressure on them because they just can't go on like that,
Yeah.
and because also the problem is that there's not so many. I mean, there's been certain games through the years that has tried to challenge but not really been able to.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, for example, as you know, I've talked about Delta Force as a possible um, pressure point or competitor when it comes to like a Battlefield game. Even though I think that EA and also DICE has the like knife on the throat even so without this game because they just didn't do well when it comes to Battlefield 2042.
Mm-hmm.
But now Delta Force also being out, and they have been really listening, at least when it comes to some aspects of the game,
Mm-hmm.
to the community and made changes accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, it's they have some kind of skill-based matchmaking there, which does not make sense, and people are really mad about that because it's like a sandbox Battlefield game, and why the frack are you putting skill-based matchmaking in those kind of modes with like hundreds of players? Doesn't make sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
But anywho, that's one thing. But it's interesting, and I hope I just hope for myself and the games that I'm playing that what you're experiencing or what you're describing right now, because I also remember when it comes to football games, so everything I've seen has been like FIFA and Pro Evolution Soccer, which I started to play myself more after I left FIFA many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Don't play football games at the moment, but anyhow, that's my story. That there are more games and companies coming in, and especially as you said, also with the models being free to play and still offering like quality,
Mm-hmm.
sure, some things might become even more fun if you spend some money and get some nice whatever players or haircuts. I don't know, doesn't matter. But most of the time when these games are good from the start, you can play them without like losing a penny if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll see. It's nice to hear that. Looking forward to that. I hope over time, and we'll see also what happens when we get into 2025.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there are things coming. I see now that you're talking about it and excited for Tales of Grace F remaster coming out in January.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know about that game, even though it's out of my genre, of course. And I know another title that every time
Mm-hmm.
a game comes out when it comes to GTA, Grand
Mm-hmm.
Theft Auto, it beats Call of Duty numbers.
Yeah.
It has done that. That's how big GTA is. So
Yeah.
GTA 6 next year. Oh, there you go.
It's gonna be awesome. I honestly like one of the things I would say about this year of gaming, I think a lot of people I don't know how people think about this year, but I can say as a gamer for this year, there have been a lot of great games that came out this year. This has been a great year to be a gamer. There've been a lot of good games that came out this year, and I just want to say great year for me. I honestly think it was and when I say great year for me, I mean as a gamer, my year has been up and
Yeah.
down. But generally, as a gamer, there have been so many great games that have come out this year, and I think next year is going to be even more so. That I think we're gonna see more and more interesting things and so forth coming out in the next year. And like Nalu mentioned, Tales of Grace's F remaster is one I'm looking forward to myself. Coming to the PC, I'm looking forward to picking that up. It's coming January the 16th on PC, and it's gonna be interesting. I'm a big fan of the Tales series, and it's good to see it's good to see a remaster of one of the games that I own but can't play because it's on the PS3, and I don't have a PS3 anymore. So that's gonna be interesting to hop into that. Speaking about games that came out, interesting games that came out this this sort of physical year. There's a game that I found out about randomly. Came across my my sort of I don't know how it came across my feed. Sometimes you're just scrolling through your thingamabob, and
yeah.
Right now Steam has had a lot of sales and all this sort of stuff, and I picked up a game quite cheap actually. I think I probably got it for I think I picked this up during Black Friday or something. I can't remember when, but I picked this up quite reasonable. I think it was under 10 quid. I think it was maybe like 5 or 6, so quite cheap.
Oh really?
Yeah, the game is called Yarimono, right? And essentially it is a it's like a Pokemon clone, but with a mature sort of it looks and plays like a classic Pokemon game, but with classic pixel art and all that kind of stuff. But it's got a mature storyline and setting and sort of concept. It's like it's like mature Pokemon, and I say that mature, not
no, not like X stuff, I guess.
Or it is X stuff actually. It is.
Okay.
It's listed under like I haven't seen any of this stuff yet thus far while I played it. But if you look at its Steam page, so this game is on Steam. It's developed by I think it's a Chinese or Japanese developer. I can't read the name because it's not in English.
That's Japanese actually.
It's Japanese, okay. And the publisher is 072 Project News, I think is the name of it. So Yarimono is I guess the description they have, the protagonist's life takes a turn after their partner Yarimono learns the ultra invincible move, the cheat tackle. So essentially this attack instantly kills any other Yarimono, and you only level up by actually defeating people in battle. And again, there's mature, like the character outfit for the character is quite adult, and
it was a big boob girl just there in the
and apparently there is nudity in here and other mature content in it. I have not experienced that. I don't know how that will sort of like be depicted in it, but I picked it up for the Steam Deck. I think it looks quite interesting. I like the style. It's quite entertaining, the story thus far, and as a fan of like classic Pokemon games, having a sort of Pokemon clone that takes a more mature sort of tone, I'm here for it. I'm here for that mature Pokemon vibe and all that kind of stuff. And it's
you know what they say, what it says? I just have to read this.
Mm-hmm.
The game contains virtual and unrealistic combat, violence, and slightly revealing clothing.
Yeah.
That's how it's defined.
That's the good stuff. I'm here for that. I'm here for that kind of stuff. So,
but you got it on sale, right?
I got it on sale. It's currently still on sale, but for $16.79. A lot of these sales have been going up and down.
€1960 here, yeah.
1960 euros, right? Good. I say if you played Pokemon and you want to try out something interesting, something new, can't go wrong with it. With this Yarimono, it seems quite interesting. And as I say, I've played a bit of it. Came out on August 30th, 2024, so it came out this year. It's listed as very positive, on recent reviews and all reviews. So it's pretty well received across the board. And I similarly can say this is pretty cool. So it's like mature Pokemon. Nice. I am quite keen on so far on how the game looks, and it's an interesting game. It's an interesting looking game. I like the art style a lot. I think the art style looks quite appealing, if I do say so myself. So yeah, really and truly. What's this about Fortnite? I don't.
I can say something about Fortnite. I'm not
Mhm.
sure if that's what you were thinking about now, Luke, but Epic Games slash Fortnite recently did a smart thing. I mean, they have some good brains over there, I have to say. They implemented, they have like a lot of different game modes nowadays within Fortnite, thanks to the
Mhm.
community as well, and all that stuff. But they are trying out a first person game mode for the first time.
Mhm.
It's literally a kind of a Counter-Strike ripoff. So it's like brown based, a bit of competitive, but quite chill, to be honest. I mean, it's Fortnite, right? With everything that comes with it. It's called Ballistic, and you can play it for free. I mean, of course, Fortnite is free, so there you go. And it's good. I mean, I've tried it. It's quite fun actually, and it's gonna be interesting to see what they continue to do. I mean, if they can do like a plant the bomb game mode, imagine if they start to do something like, I don't know, more like also COD-like game modes, maybe domination or team deathmatch or uh, capture the flag or stuff like that. So I think that they're trying out something here. They are quite good at copying things and implement it like in their own games or game. You can always argue and say, well, that wasn't original, but at the same time, it kind of works. Actually, there's been quite some fuss around this game mode in Fortnite in the FPS world. There's a lot of people that have been playing and also content creators,
Mhm.
uh, showing it, showing it off. Yeah.
Good stuff.
So and stuff.
It's a good time to be a gamer. There's so many options, so many things to try and play and all that kind of good stuff. As I say, I think it's a good time to be a gamer. I also want to just give a shout out to CD Keys. I think if you are a gamer and it's the holidays right now leading into Christmas, some of you may have missed the sales for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. The sales on CD Keys are still pretty good right now. So if you're looking for something to grab a few games, quite a
Yeah.
few good games are on CD Keys right now on sale. One is Helldivers, which Rogers has mentioned. Helldivers 2 is actually 20 quid on CD Keys at this particular point in time.
That's
So
good.
I would highly
That's
recommend picking that up on there. I'm sure Rog will agree.
Yes.
Through that
Yeah.
pricing. I would say a game that I played and spoke quite highly of, I think maybe a year ago, which was Triangle Strategies for PC. It's 17.19 on CD Keys. Really good price for that. Final Fantasy remake integrate is 28.49. God of War Ragnarok 29.99. Really good prices for games like that. A Way Out, £8 for A Way Out.
Oh,
Really good price for that game. It Takes Two, 10.99. Black Myth Wukong is 39.49. And that's a big game for this past year of games. Pretty big game. If I do say so myself. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, 25.99. Amazing price for such a game. I just think the Like a Dragon games, amazing games. Highly, I'm a big fan of. Like a Dragon, Gaiden, Man Who Raised Himself, which is I think a side story following Kiryu. It's a shorter game, but it goes for 19.99, so 20 quid. Really good price. Street Fighter 6, 17.49. Resident Evil 4, 11.99. What a price. What a price for such a classic.
Classic.
Absolute classic. Uncharted Legacy of Thieves, 12.29. What a steal.
Okay.
Insane price, 12 for that.
It is.
The Last of Us Part 1, 19.49. I think this is going to be quite a deal to grab. And I think one game, I think that I'm not sure if it's still on CD Keys, but I'm going to check now for you and I'm going to mention it because I grabbed it at some point. Let me see. Let's see if it's still there. Yeah. Forza 4, which is no longer currently able, you are no longer able to buy this because it's been delisted on pretty much every storefront, but you can still buy a key for it on CD Keys at this point in time. I'm sure these keys are going to dry up at some point and they're going to be all gone. But you can, at this point in time, as the recording of this podcast, you can still get a copy of Forza 4, the Ultimate Edition or the Base Edition. The Base Edition is $10.99 on here, $19.99 for the Ultimate Edition here on CD Keys. If you haven't got Forza 4 with all the DLC, which is the Ultimate Edition, I would highly recommend grabbing it here. I grabbed it twice. I got it on the PC and on the
Yeah.
Xbox. I was like, look, this is this. I'm gonna have to get this because they've delisted this, and I think I want to make sure I have it. So I do. I've got the Ultimate Edition in two places, so I can play it on my Xbox. I can play it on my PC. So I say if you want to just make sure you grab this, grab it. It's still a great game, Forza 4, Horizon 4. So yeah, CD Keys. I mean I wish I had I wish we had some sort of connection with them, but we don't. But at the same time, I get a lot of value from CD Keys, and I think for those of you out there who may want to grab a game, for yourself, or maybe you want to pick up something for someone on the holidays, it is a great place to grab stuff. Hogwarts Legacy is one that my missus is playing $10.99 on here, and we can go on and on. There's so many games on here that are at an amazing price at this particular point in time, and you just don't sleep on it. Just pop in, look for stuff, and you might find something you like. A lot of games that we've spoken about this year, like Space Marines 2, also on here at a really good price, to the $199, and most of these you can't find anywhere else at any better price than this. So if you can't afford it, this is probably the cheapest you're gonna get some games, and it has keys for, I think, Xbox, PC, and I think the Nintendo Switch. I'm not sure about any other platforms, but those three I'm sure about because I've got keys for those platforms on here. So
awesome, great.
Yeah, that's about it. Let's talk about some Tele, Raj. Let's talk about some Tele. You've been watching something that I'm not sure I would watch. I saw the title and I was just like, wow, what a title. And what, like, I just looked at the cover art and I was like, whew.
Exactly.
Tell us about
it. It may not be a film for you.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching quite a few things, but I had to choose something, and I picked a movie I watched quite recently, which is called The Pope's Exorcist from 2023, with Russell Crowe and as Father Gabriel Amorth. And this is kind of interesting because it's actually based on he has existed. He was an exorcist at the Vatican up until 1987, I believe. No, 2016. Yes, he passed away 2016. But when it comes to the movie, and I want to say this film is a fictional tale, but it's based on the memoirs of a real man. He did exist, as I said. And how likely you are to believe some of the more outlandish elements when it comes to being depicted will likely depend entirely on your own faith. That has to be said. But even so, Russell Crowe is this Gabriel Amorth. He's the Vatican's leading exorcist, and he investigates the demonic possession of an American boy that is in Spain. He comes over there with his mom and his sister and discovers a secret the Vatican has tried to keep buried for centuries. And that's where it goes really south. And it becomes, let me put it like this. I didn't have like any special expectations. I mean, for example, here on IMDb, it has like 6.1 out of 10. I would give it maybe 6.4, something like that. Means it's definitely A-okay and worth watching, but maybe not the best you watched. I mean, that's how I would put it. However, the movie, I like Russell Crowe. I think he's a good actor, and he also talks, it's a lot of Italian spoken in the movie, and he does that as well. So it kind of adds something to it. And I think that I got into the movie after like half an hour, when you start to digest and starts to lean forward a bit and, what's going to happen now? And getting a bit excited, especially when the thing starts to happen around this boy. It's always special also when there's like kids involved when it comes to these kind of activities. It becomes a bit like, so it becomes a bit scary. It becomes exciting. He has a help also from a local, I'm not sure if it's local, but it's a Spanish priest also, a younger him, if you will, that comes around and is his kind of assistant or whatever you want to call it. And again, it has some great tension and some good moments. The ending, though, this is kind of typical. The ending is a bit, I don't know. I would have changed a bit when it comes to the ending. I'm not going to spoil, but overall, it's a pretty darn decent movie to watch
Mm-hmm.
in its genre. You know, it's hard to make. I would say two of the hardest genres to make good movies in. I
Mm-hmm.
would say that's horror and also comedy. You
Mm-hmm.
know, to make real good comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that said, I think they reached quite far with this one, and I know you will probably not watch it, but maybe this could be something. I watched it on Netflix, by the way. Maybe it could be something for your miss. I don't know.
I know
Maybe
she's
maybe she would appreciate it more, probably much more than you would.
she is
So
she's definitely probably gonna appreciate this more than me. She tried to get me to because she was like, oh, we should go see a movie together, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then she suggested a horror movie. I'm like, we're not doing that. I was like, that is just nope. I'm not keen on that particular
uh,
that particular thing.
But
But
if you can watch something in that genre, as I mentioned, like was that the last time I talked about a horror movie? That would then be The Substance that I talked
yes,
about. The Substance with Demi Moore, because it's a really really good movie.
hmm
I think for me personally, it's probably one of or the best movie I watched this year.
hmm
That's how far up I would put it because it's just no, it's we can leave it like that. We're just gonna leave it like that. But anyhow, the Pope's Exorcist, it's okay. It's cool. Yeah, it is what it is.
it
It's
is
a
with
decent horror movie. Yeah.
it is well I will keep that on the potential list of things. I
Yeah.
also happen to be a fan of Russell Crowe's work, so
Yeah.
we shall see with that particular one. You know, as I say, some the thing, the weirdest thing with
The
me,
Heretic. Oh, sorry for interrupting. Oh, you were about
Heretic.
to see the Heretic. Sorry.
Yeah, she
Uh,
wanted to see that
Yeah,
one.
but it's not horror. Yeah, exactly. That is psychological thriller. It's not like horror per se. So, but even so, you didn't see it. I understand.
Nah, not
Nah,
really. No,
nah.
no. I think there are moments when I'm really looking for that kind of stuff, but I have to be in the mood for
Yeah,
it, and I just haven't been in the mood for something like that.
yeah.
I think right now I've been on a binge for more comedy, and that kind of bleeds into what I watched this week, which was Anger Management by Charlie Sheen, and I
Ah,
yeah.
okay. I know. Yeah, yeah.
I
Cool.
I enjoyed Anger Management, but there's a kicker to me watching Anger Management. This I think is actually related to Nalu or someone else in our Discord. I can't remember who it was, if it was Nalu or someone else. But someone recommended to me this platform called Plex. It's
I've heard about it. I've heard about it.
it's a streaming platform. I saw a conversation going on about it in Discord, and it's a streaming platform where you can stream a lot of shows for free, and it has like live TV and all this sort of stuff. And I saw they had a anger management channel, and I went in and realized Anger
Okay.
Management, this series, has a bunch of new episodes and seasons that I did not know about. And I just sat down and just started watching it. I just turned it on my laptop. I was laying in bed and I was just watching episode after episode of Anger Management and laughing to myself and just enjoying the, classic Charlie Sheen.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Just dirty, potty, and
Yeah. What can
comical.
I say?
So Anger Management is basically a continuation of Two and a Half Men style of Charlie
Sure.
Sheen comedy, and which I like. I like Two
Yeah.
and a Half Men when it was when Charlie Sheen was on it, and it also stars Martin Sheen, his father, as well. And
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, yeah.
I like Martin. I think
Yes.
I think he's quite a good actor, and also I think the two of them act well together. I like the way they play off of each other on screen. So I know Charlie has had his moments of things in Hollywood, but I think
Yeah,
his
yeah.
I personally can separate his work from him as a person.
Same. I
So
don't have a problem with that.
no,
So,
not me neither. I can appreciate his work without having to care too much about what he is like as a person. What was the night? What was that? Was Nightmare? I'm not sure what that is. Nalu. And about Project Mugen, known as Nata. I think that's just another online open world game that from NetEase that I'm probably not gonna jump into because I am not a big fan of of everything that NetEase puts out, but sometimes they put out some good stuff. But I will take a pass on that particular one. But shows
But
that.
bro, I'm happy that you're mentioning this because I mean, this is good stuff. It's also this was between 2012 and 2014.
Yeah, 3 seasons of it.
Yeah.
And again, as I say, I think the reason why I mentioned this as well today is I wanted to shout out Plex more than anything else.
Okay.
I think it's so it's Plex.tv. I would highly recommend this, because what Plex does as well, you can connect all of your other streaming services into Plex. So if you pay for like Netflix or whatever have you, you can sort of tie that into Plex, and all your shows are just in one place. You don't have to go looking, oh, do I have this on this or do I have it on that? It's just all in one application. You can download it on Android, you can download it on iOS and so forth, or use it on your PC, and just sort of like have a live TV sort of thing. And then also be able to just watch the shows on demand that you want to watch. I watched a bit of Mr. Bean on there as well. And it has a lot of classic movies on there, like a lot of older movies that may not be the cup of tea for, maybe some younger folk might be like, yeah, I don't know what about this one. But for those of us who, like to watch a couple older movies, from the comedy genre or the horror or action or animation, there's a lot of good classics on here, from stuff like Austin Powers to The Girl Next Door. Harold and Kumar is on there. You have stuff like Bedazzled, all classics from like the early 2000s and from stuff going all the way back to the 90s. Like It's a Wonderful Life. You've got black and white films on here. It's just a lot of stuff. A lot of classic stuff. There's one my mom really loves, which is called The Gods Must Be Crazy. It is a classic. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of funny. And then so much more on here that you can just pop in. These are stuff you'd usually get back in the day in like a VHS store, DVD store. You'd go and rent these sort of films. Sort of like made for DVD kind of films, raunchy comedies as well on here. And so I am quite keen on Plex. I think Plex is a good thing. I think it exists for a reason, and I enjoy the options that it offers. And so I just want to recommend Plex, really.
Cool. Yeah.
And anger management. Anger management is chill, but
Yeah,
it's all about Plex.
I just want to say this because I was all with you when you were talking about anger management, the series. But it has to be said also, there is a movie called Anger Management as well.
Mm-hmm.
From 2003, which is starring Adam Sandler and Jack Nicholson and Woody Harrelson, by the way. I'm not sure. Have you seen that?
I'm gonna search it now.
I don't think I have. It's a comedy drama, like I said, from 2003.
Let me just search it. Anger management movie. This looks familiar, but I'm not sure if I've seen it either.
Exactly. I'm thinking the same. Wait, have I seen this?
Because there's an image of is this Jack Nicholson an image of Jack Nicholson sort of smiling, and that image looks very familiar to me.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I don't remember seeing this. So maybe I've seen it and I've forgotten, or maybe I haven't. And I should probably watch this weekend. And I'm also a big fan of Woody Harrelson, so anything that he's in, count me in. So
yeah. Is that true?
I think here's what we do. I think we try to watch this weekend and see if we haven't seen it already. Because
it has to be something like that.
Because why not? Why not check and see if we've seen Anger Management? I'm adding this to my watch list. If I do, with regards to the one starring Charlie Sheen, the series is a 6.6 on IMDb. I'm giving it an 8. I think it's really good. Okay. I think it's worth a watch. But check out Plex if you don't already have it. It is free. And you should be able to watch it and enjoy it. And it has.
Okay, you've seen the movie, Nalu. Yeah. Okay,
Nalu's seen it. For me,
it has to be said. We don't know. I don't know. Q doesn't know. Usually, I know if I've seen a movie or not. But I have to say, I'm hesitating here. The pictures that I also got, well, it's a bit similar. No, familiar. Sorry, but yeah. I can't put my finger on it. Not yet. We'll see.
Same. Yeah. Here in the UK, you can watch it on Now TV and Sky Go. So I'm assuming in other places it's going to be different subscriptions.
Yeah. It's
for this one.
Like that.
So many subscription, man.
Regions.
Wow. Yeah. Just have everything work on everything.
Exactly. Stop.
We could have nice things, We could have. Oh wow, there's a Baywatch stream on here. Ooh, You guys have watched
Oh,
classic Baywatch. Very good.
wow.
Very good.
That is something. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well.
Oh, and they've got classic kung fu movies in here as well, Raj. Oh,
Oh, that's fun. That's cool.
yeah.
You see, that's also what I like with we talked about Amazon Prime. That's also what I like with Amazon. They have a lot of like older movies
Hmm.
and series and like B movies, if you
B
will.
movies are good. They're the
Yeah,
best.
exactly. No, they have a value for sure.
Hmm.
It's kind of interesting when you sit and you just scroll on Amazon. It's like it never ends. I can't believe how many movies they have. It's also a really good. We've talked about that before. Good platform overall.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, definitely, definitely. But we shall see, indeed,
Yeah.
Labellera. So, have we spoken about everything, Roger? Is there anything else we need to talk about?
I think that's it. That's it for this year, I would say. Because, ladies and gentlemen, next week I will be away. If Cute goes on a solo adventure, I don't know. Maybe
Nah,
it
Rog,
does.
I
Nah.
can't do without you. I think if anything, I think if anything, I think we're both gonna take a break.
Yes.
I think I need a break. I think you
Yes.
need a break.
We need that.
I think
Yeah.
also it's just time to spend with family. Really, the holidays.
Exactly. True.
I think if anything, we will catch you guys in the new year, or after the Christmas holiday when we've sort of like freed up some time and we're we can get back onto that sort of thing. But I think for now,
Yeah.
I'm happy to just sit back and spend time with family, really,
I agree.
because
Same.
that's kind of what life is. And with regards to Nala's question, hello, sounds very familiar. Can't remember if I've seen it, but it's I think I have. I think I've seen hello. But a long time ago. I just can't remember details of it. Oh, yeah, I have seen hello. Yeah, it's been a while, though.
You see? Yeah.
It has been a while.
A lot of water has been passing under the bridge. Yeah.
Classic,
That's how it
from
is.
1982 to 1992. Yeah, good classics. But I don't see a Lolo on Plex, but maybe it's there and I just don't see it. I just closed off
Could be so.
the YouTube stream jig thing. But yeah, let's continue.
Okay, okay, we're still live, I hope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are still live. Yeah, I just
Beautiful.
the stream preview. That's what I closed off.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm just gonna
No,
open it back up again. But yeah.
yeah, do that. Now it's time to wrap things up. I just wanted to make sure that you know that we are going to be away a bit, both me and Q. Take care now and have a beautiful continuation of this week. And of course, if you are celebrating like you going into the holiday season and you enjoy the Christmas, then great. If not, I hope you're going to have a good time even so. And talk with you again on the flip side. Well, next year, that is, not too far away from now. So,
Yeah.
with all that, thank you for a great year. Thanks for the support. Thanks for hanging around. Thanks for sharing your thoughts and everything and the feedback that we get. So, take care now, stay healthy, and muffin it out.
Beautiful as always. Thank you very much for all of you as well, as Raj said, for being here this year. It has been an amazing year. Of ups and downs, but I think, like mentioned earlier in the podcast, it's sort of the good things that you remember the most, and when you look back in the future and you think back, it's usually the positive things, the good things that have happened that you tend to remember. You usually forget most of the bad things, and then you look back at nostalgically and you think, ooh, nice, beautiful time. So yeah, just wanted to say, hope you guys had a wonderful year as well. See Nalu saying Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you as well, Nalu, and to everyone else, listening to the podcast. We'll see you guys in the new year and all that kind of good stuff. We'll be right back here. But yeah, generally speaking, thank you for being here with us. I think that's the most important thing. Thank you for being here with us along for the ride. And yeah, I can't wait to chat about something new after the holidays. But yeah, it's been a year. So with that, as always, you can find Roger at 40 Splish Splash. That's number 48 SPLASH. He streams on a Tuesday and a Sunday. That's correct, Rog?
That is correct.
But probably not this Tuesday and Wednesday coming. This Tuesday and Sunday. Probably he's gonna be away.
Exactly. Next week, not gonna happen. No.
Exactly. So be mindful of that. But still go over and find him and subscribe, so you'll be there for when he does come back. And you can find me at LPGardens, LPGRDIAN, Garden.au. You can also find us at Simply Binge or at Simply Binge UK, pretty much everywhere else. And as always, we wouldn't like you guys to miss out on any of the episodes of That Beautiful Life podcast. Many beautiful people like you subscribe to this podcast in Castbox, Acast, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, simplybinge.com, and elsewhere. And we're so confident that you're going to like it that we're giving it away for free. So, as always, guys, this has been queued for your pleasure. And it's a wrap. That is the episode. La Baleur. Woo! It's been a year, 2024. Looking forward to 2025 and all that kind of good stuff. Pow, pow, pow. It's going to be another year, and it's going to be interesting. So
yeah, it's going to be interesting. I hope it's going to be a good year in many ways. Both like if we go to our own lives and everything, I hope it's going to be good for you and your family, me and my family, you that are watching.
mm-hmm.
But also, please calm down out there in the world. Just chill, sit back, make some popcorn, watch a good movie, lay down your weapons, chill. Okay.
Chill. I'm pretty sure a lot of us are going to look back at the same stuff and think, oh my God, this has been my favorite movie. And we come from a lot of different places, from a lot of different backgrounds, but we can appreciate the same kind of stuff. We just need to take a chill pill and think to ourselves, the aliens are looking at us and thinking we're stupid. So
exactly.
Don't make the aliens be right. Don't make them don't make the aliens right. They think we're stupid and we're making them right. So, and when I say we, I mean you guys, because I ain't doing that shit. So anyway.
It's your fault.
It's all of you people out there fighting each other.
You.
All I'm thinking about is how much I love everyone out here. Yes, they playing.
Ho, Chris, and Merry Christmas to you.
Welcome, Chris. How are you doing, good sir?
Yeah, happy holidays.
All right, cool. So, Raj, I am gonna
time to go, time to leave, time to maybe visit Salou. I think for me.
You know what? I actually had that same situation before I came for the podcast. I was holding it in, and I had a bus ride.
No.
Yeah, I had to go to M&S to use their loo inside there, and I had to open the door because no one else. I went in there, and I usually do this thing where I just wait by the sink, and I'm like, I wait for someone to go out or come in. There's a guy underneath the door, and you hear the toilet flush. I'm like, okay, let me just wait, wash my hands a bit longer. And this guy never comes out, and I idiot. So I get up. I wasn't sitting, but I just walked to the door, and I raised my leg up like really high, and I put my foot on the door, and I just sort of pull it with my feet, and then I just sort of like try to put my foot in as quickly as possible, and it sort of like wedges open. I was like, I ain't touching these dirty doors in these toilets. So if you ever go to a public toilet and you see my leg all the way up to like chest height, look, it's nothing freaky or anything like that. Your boy just don't like touching public toilets because they're gross. So yeah, you. Especially so many people I see, there's so many blokes out there who go use public toilets and don't wash their hands. And I'm like,
yeah, I know.
I'm like, ew, dude, like wash your hands, mate. You just no.
Yeah, it's
disgusting.
That's low.
It's disgusting. Absolute disgustingness. So be careful about whose hands you shake out there, people. Hand sanitizer is a thing.
Think twice. Yeah. Don't eat the peanuts in a bowl at a bar either.
Disgusting. Okay, I think I've woken up.
They've been at the men's room, and yeah, you know.
They're disgusting. I think I've woken up, so I'm gonna go. Do waking up people things.
Yes, it is good to do that now.
Love you too, Chris. Love you too.
Love you too. Yeah. Sayonara, beautiful people.
I don't even know if it stopped. I think I clicked stop, but I don't know if it listens to me.
We never know. It lives its own life. It decides when it's decided by its own.
I think it's frozen or something. Let me see if I'm right.
No.
Yeah, I think it doesn't want to end. Like I'm clicking OBS, and you know, like when like something's running in the background and it just doesn't want to like an application freezes.
Yeah.
It's like literally I can't click on OBS. It's like oh there it is. Now I see it. You will not be able to reconnect. Your stream will not. Okay, now I can.